What's up, guys? It's Dr. Jim. I am your CBD expert, your natural healthcare expert, and your worldwide virtual health coach. And I want to welcome you to tonight's first ever, that's right, the first ever live I've ever done on YouTube. It's going to be awesome because you're here, I'm here. I feel completely like a fish out of water because with this version, I had to turn the camera horizontal, which means the camera's over here. So I have to look over here, which makes it very difficult because I like to look right in the middle, but then that makes me look like I'm looking off in space. So tonight's topic is gonna be awesome. So in the comment section, if you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna read all these comments because this is my first live ever on YouTube. But I want you to put down in the comments whether you're watching it live with me right now. I see there's some people on, so please put it down in the comments. And if you wouldn't mind, you're watching it live and where you're coming in from, because I like to know, are you getting the full energy of Dr. Jim live? Are you watching on the replay? But either way, tonight's gonna be here. Thank you. Oh, I can see the comments pop up. I love it. This is very cool. Like I said, this may be glitchy, this may not be technically perfect, but you're gonna get everything out of it. You're gonna get our best because you're here live with me and I appreciate it. So tonight's topic is CBD, or like really how to maximize your CBD results, diabetes, all right? I have done hundreds and hundreds of videos of how CBD can have a positive impact in many ways in your health, and I finally decided, you know what? I wanna, that's like 101 level stuff, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this to the next level. Like, what's the next level kind of stuff? How can people maximize those results? So we're gonna skim over the 101 first, and then we'll go deeper. But I want you to hang around to the end because I have some special announcements, especially for my YouTube crowd. So if you'll hang on to the end, you're gonna really love this. All right. So first off is, like I said, my name is Dr. Jim Holland. I am a CBD expert, a natural healthcare expert, and a worldwide virtual health coach. What's the disclaimer for this video is I'm not your doctor, you're not my patient, and there's absolutely nothing about this video that constitutes a doctor-patient relationship, so please do not change anything about your current medical treatment because you heard me talk about something cool in this video. And last is, CBD oil is not a drug, it's a natural supplement. Therefore, it's not intended for the diagnosis, treatment, or cure of any specific disease or condition. So please do not change anything about your current medical treatment because you heard me talk about something cool in this video or anything like that. All right? So, how to maximize your CBD results, diabetes. Well, what that implies is that people that use CBD, that there's a benefit for people that have diabetes. Well, a lot of the sort of the 101 level results is that CBD, they did studies where they found out like people that use cannabis typically have lower fasting insulin levels and they have better insulin sensitivity. Well, that right there is going to be a huge impact for helping with type 2 diabetes. We also know that CBD oil helps reduce inflammation, which is a huge negative side effect of type 2 diabetes. So when we look at how does CBD oil help people that have diabetes, it really comes down to it's very anti-inflammatory, helps kind of on the insulin sensitivity side because that's also affected by inflammation. So on the 101 level, we know that CBD oil can really have a positive impact on people that have type 2 diabetes. So my question to you is, if you are a type 2 diabetic and you have not tried CBD oil, the question would be, why not? Maybe you don't know the right brand, you don't know what to take. Well, if you check out some of the links in the bio, there'll be a place where you can check out the brand that I recommend, and or I'll also let you know that I am about to launch my own supplement, which is pretty exciting, so you can hear about that too. So the next step of what we want to talk about really is how can we maximize our CBD results with diabetes? Like, how can we get the very, very best out of it? Well, number one, this is the next level. This is the 200 level course we're doing right now, guys. So number one is you got to make sure that you're taking the right amount. I know that sounds like the most basic thing ever, but it's not, because this is how I want you to do it, right? If you have pain or inflammation, the way people do it is you start low and you increase slowly until you notice something positive. Well, with type 2 diabetes, we're going to do something different. What we're going to do is you're going to start taking your blood sugar regularly, especially fasting first thing in the morning is a really, really good idea. And then, maybe 1 or 2 times throughout the day. Now what you're going to do is you're going to start with your CBD and you're going to start low and you start increasing it slowly. All the time while you're checking those blood sugar numbers. Now listen, if all of a sudden you get to a certain amount and you see a nice little drop in your blood sugar, that's your amount. That's how you're going to maximize your CBD results because you're actually tying the impact to an actual readable number that we can say, listen, I got to this amount with CBD and my blood sugar number started to drop. I've actually worked with people that they really had to work hard because, they had to find the right amount, and sometimes they had to get up to a higher amount than they thought they were going to have to, but it was the right amount for them to have this positive impact on lowering their blood sugar. And that's what we want. When we hit that right level, and that's way number one, they're going to maximize your CBD results, is you got to find the right amount. And you're going to find it by taking your blood sugar, and while you're adjusting your CBD oil, you start low, like 3 to 5 drops underneath your tongue. Hold it for 2 minutes, swallow it. Do that first thing in the morning, do it at nighttime. Now, you get your blood sugar readings, and then you go up maybe 3 or 4 drops, morning and night. Just keep taking those blood sugars. Well, when your blood sugar starts to drop, that's when you know you've hit the right amount. All right, so that's number one. Number two, listen, we know that there's very, very specific nutrients that can have a huge positive impact on blood sugar regulation, insulin sensitivity. Let's face it, insulin sensitivity is the key to all things type 2 diabetes. It's not a fact that you don't make enough insulin as the reason why you're a type 2 diabetic. The reason is that your body no longer responds to insulin the way that it used to. You become insulin resistant. And so there are very specific vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that actually help improve your insulin sensitivity. Things like chromium. Chromium is incredibly important in sort of how the body how insulin helps open up the gateway to let sugar into the cells. All right, really, really important. And here's the thing, same with magnesium. Magnesium is a gateway that it actually is the gatekeeper for all the other minerals in your body. So if you're low in magnesium, guess what? Chromium's going to have a problem getting into your cell as well because you have low magnesium. So you want to make sure that you're getting your magnesium and your chromium because those are 2 things that are going to have a huge impact on blood sugar regulation and insulin sensitivity. Another one is an amino acid called glutamine, really, really important. Your vitamin D levels, they've actually found out is that when people have higher levels of vitamin D, they have less waistline obesity, better insulin sensitivity, less likely to be diabetic when you have good vitamin D levels. Also, realize that when it goes from, like, we're trying to convert carbohydrates and sugar and things, if we want to burn them, right? When you want to burn them, what you have to do is they have to convert and they have to go down into your mitochondria and be burned. Well, there's about 6 or 7 steps in this mitochondrial process where you convert sugar into ATP. Well, there's a bunch of cofactors and steps that go along in there. And those are often controlled by things like many of the B vitamins are incredibly important to that process. So like things like B12, B6, B3, B9, folate, like these are really important. But here's what I want you to know. You can't just take like garbage B vitamins, all right? Like cyanocobalamin, the B12, that's garbage. Your body doesn't use that very well. There's about 40% of the population that has this gene problem called an MTHFR gene snippet. It makes it very difficult to methylate certain B vitamins, mainly your B12 and your folate, or you can't convert folic acid into methyl tetrahydrofolate. So you need them in those ideal forms in order for your body to use sugar and burn it in that cellular process. So here, if you want to maximize your CBD results with diabetes, then you want to make sure that you're getting your chromium, your glutamine, your vitamin D, your magnesium, your B12, your B6, your B3, your B9, and you want to make sure that those B vitamins are in just the right form. And if you're doing that, that's going to help feed that system so that you can convert sugar into fuel and energy. It's going to help you metabolize sugar and really help you with your blood sugar so that that will really maximize your benefits for type 2 diabetes. Now, here's something I want you to know that's really, really cool. Everything that I just mentioned there to help you maximize your CBD results for diabetes is included in the product that I just created. So because I have a belief. Number one is that I've been helping hundreds of people, thousands of people around the world with their CBD and their health. And what I found out is a lot of people reaching out to me asking me, Doc, like, I want to get the best results, and I'm getting okay results, but not the best results. What am I missing? And what I typically found out is that oftentimes what they are missing is, here's the thing, I believe CBD is awesome. We already talked about inflammation, all these things that it does. CBD cannot balance what you don't have. So the positive part of that I believe is that if your body had everything that it needed, then CBD can do everything that you hoped. So that's when I'm talking about this product that I just created, it has the chromium, the glutamine, the vitamin D, the magnesium, it has the B12, the B6, the B3, the B9, everything that your body's gonna need so that when CBD comes in and reduces inflammation and helps with insulin sensitivity, and you have all these other nutrients there, making sure that the body's working the way it's supposed to, you can maximize your results for CBD. So if you wanna know about when that product's launching, because it is coming soon. It is literally being manufactured right now. We are in the first week of November. It is being manufactured right now. I'm hoping to start pre-sale. I'm hoping in about 2 to 3 weeks. So you guys, if you want to know about the launch, somewhere in the description of this video is going to be a link you can click on, and you can go over and you put in your name and your email, and that's going to give you the first look at it. Like when it comes out, I will occasionally send you more information. All links will be in the description box after we end. Thank you. See, I have somebody on here taking care of me. I appreciate it. So all those links will be in there. So you can go over and put in your name and your email, and we'll send you invites to be the very first to know. You'll have the first chance to order it before everyone else in the world because you're watching my lives, and I appreciate it. And then, so number one, you got to find the exact right amount of CBD that has an impact on your blood sugar. Number two, you've got to make sure that you've got these nutrients, the chromium, the glutamine, the vitamin D, the magnesium, the B12, the B6, the B3, the B9. You know, there's a lot of other things as well, but you want to make sure that you have those at the bare minimum. All of those are going to be included in my breakthrough supplement that I am launching right now. Link in the description. And then we have to focus on what we're eating. I mean, you can't get around it. If you're a type 2 diabetic and you think that you can just take CBD, maybe just take a vitamin or something else, and you don't actually change how you're eating, well, you're wasting your time, all right? So let me give you some insight into eating. Number one is realize that insulin is your enemy when you're a type 2 diabetic. You do not want more insulin. You want less insulin because guess what? You are insulin resistant. How did you become insulin resistant? Because you kept pumping out insulin and your cells kept getting bombarded with insulin, and eventually you don't respond to it the way you're supposed to anymore. So one of the ways to become more insulin sensitive is you have to lower your overall insulin levels. All right, really important. Now, how do you do that? Well, why does your body release insulin? Well, it releases insulin when you eat, and it releases insulin anytime there is a rise in your blood sugar. Why would you get a rise in your blood sugar? Every time you put anything in it that is sugar or things that easily convert into sugar. All right? So many of you are like, well, I don't understand about my type 2 diabetes because I woke up in the morning and I had toast and cereal. And then I went to lunch and I had a big sandwich and some potato chips. And then I went home for dinner and I had spaghetti and marinara sauce. And I don't understand. Now, if you just looked at that every single thing that you ate throughout an entire day was all carbohydrates, and it all converted into sugar very, very easily in your body. And every time you did that, it spiked your insulin. Now, here's what I want you to understand. That the more it does that, you become insulin resistant. Eventually, you can no longer get sugar into your cells, and your sugar starts to go up. That's type 2 diabetes. So you want to eat in a way that lowers your insulin levels. So how do you do that? Well, we start cutting those out. We go, this is what I recommend, is that we start eating meats, vegetables, right? That sounds pretty good, right? Good, clean, healthy, grass-fed, free range, eggs, fish, beef, eat all that. Lots of green vegetables, yellow vegetables, orange vegetables. Eat vegetables, meats and vegetables, healthy fats, coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil. Really working on those. You can have some nuts and seeds in there, right? But look at all that and just be like, wow, that sounds pretty awesome, right? Well, I promise you, if you eat like that, it's going to help you with your type 2 diabetes. That's going to help you maximize your results because you're cutting out, dumping all that sugar. Your insulin levels are going to come down. Insulin's inflammatory, it's fat storing, it does all those things. So guess what? The way you're going to maximize your CBD results is, number one, is you're going to make sure you're getting the right amount, right? We're going to take our blood sugar, and we're taking our CBD, and we're going to wait until our numbers start to drop and we know we hit the right amount. Number two, we're going to make sure we get all these nutrients that your body needs to help regulate your blood sugar. Where are you going to get that from? Well, you could take 5 or 6 different supplements, or you can the product that I came out with is one product. It's going to have all of that in it. It's going to be awesome. And then the third part is you got to really change how you eat. All right. If you don't focus on what you eat as part of this process, it's not going to help you. Like, you really have to. But here's my other part. You're not going to necessarily completely fix or completely take care of your insulin resistance and your type 2 diabetes simply by just not eating carbohydrates, simply by just changing what you eat, because the development of insulin resistance caused all kinds of problems. It caused a bunch of nutrient deficiencies. It caused a breakdown in your metabolism. So we got to make sure that we fix that broken metabolism in the process. All right? So again, CBD is awesome if you have type 2 diabetes because people tend to have lower fasting insulin levels. They have better insulin sensitivity. CBD is very anti-inflammatory. Inflammation is one of the most negative side effects of high blood sugar. It's the reason why it leads to things like heart attacks, strokes, blindness, all of that, because of all the inflammation that goes along with it. So guess what? CBD helps reduce inflammation, so it helps reduce a lot of the negative side effects from it. So if you're not taking CBD and you're a type 2 diabetic, I'm going to ask you why not. You should be. If you want to know the CBD oil that I recommend, a link will be down in the description after we finish this video, and we can put that in there. So that's sort of the foundation. Number 2. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see here. I got to check somebody. Live chat. There we go. Hey, William. Hey, thanks for getting on. Thanks for commenting. I don't know if I have never done one of these before, so I'm really but William, thanks for getting on. Thank you, for being a great commenter on my first live. I'm really proud of you. I saw that you did some amazing things with your blood sugar, cutting out carbohydrates and exercise. I'm super proud of you. Listen, about 6 years ago, I was 50 pounds more than this, and I was an undiagnosed type 2 diabetic, and I know what the struggle's like. I know how crappy I felt beforehand, and I know the changes that you can make when you really double down and you focus on what you're eating and what you're doing. And I'm really, really impressed with your results. Congratulations. What a big deal that is. You should be very proud of yourself as well. It will change your life. And I'm sure, something that I've really, really started latching on to recently is when you make those changes in your own life, I want you to understand, listen, all of you out there, when you make a major change in your life, I want you to know this. The world is watching you. All right? So when you made that change, William, guess what? Everybody around was watching you, And I guarantee you, you made a change in someone else's life. You inspired somebody to do something awesome in their health because they saw you do something and they were so impressed. So congratulations, all of you that are out there that want to make a significant health change in your life. Know this, the world is watching you. And whatever you do to make something great happen in your health and in your life, guess what? They're watching. And you're going to help, you're going to be a blessing to someone else in your transformation. So I think that's really cool. So just to recap one last time, and then I'm going to sign off of my very first live. That's the truth. My wife joined me on day 2 and hasn't stopped. William, that's so great. I'm so glad. Hey, congratulations. And good for her, right? Listen, this was the train my wife and I got on a long time ago. That's my wife commenting right there. Mainly because see, my wife's always had been really good weight. I was not. And so when I went gluten-free and lower carbohydrate, she was like, oh, that's at first that wasn't what she did as well. But over time, she made all those changes with me. And now she's as much into it as I am because of the overall benefits she's seen in her health. So I'm just really proud of you, William, and your wife. That's so cool. So how are we going to maximize our results? Number 1, find the right amount. Number 2, we're going to get all these minerals, vitamins, all this kind of stuff. My supplement is one product that's going to have it all. And then we're going to change how we got to reduce carbohydrates. We got to go meats, vegetables, fruit, lots of healthy fats. You can even work on some intermittent fasting in there, giving your body some time not eating, a 16-hour intermittent fasting window actually helps reduce your insulin levels as well. Obviously, be very careful with all of that if you're taking drugs that lower your blood sugar, because you don't want to get your blood sugar too low. Make sure you're working with your doctor or checking your blood sugar all the time so you can see what happens. You don't want it to go too low. All right? So I really think that's all I got for my very, very first. We're going to do a lot of things to make this better. I feel like I probably have look like I'm looking off to nowhere the whole time. I don't know that this was the best one, but I hope the content was good. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel because I'm going to keep going live on here. I'm going to keep bringing you a lot of value. Please search through my channel. I do these really fun sort of thoughts from the trail. They're like 5 and 6 minute videos where I'm just sharing, lots of positive motivation. Listen, we're in a world right now that needs more love and positivity. I'm really in those videos trying to inspire you how can you get the best success in your health and in your life. So if you like those, you'll want to subscribe to this channel. Click the bell icon, click all so that you'll get every notification every time I go live. I may be migrating over here away from Facebook just because I like YouTube, and YouTube's been awesome, and I hope everybody's getting to see a lot of it. Please like it, share it. Yeah, add lots of likes, give me some comments, and subscribe. All right? So, just like I tell my son every day before he goes to school, be your very best today. Hashtag never quit. And I believe that God wants the very, very best for you. The day you believe that could change your life forever. Have an awesome, awesome day. Bye, guys.